I told you my deepest, darkest secrets. I showed you exactly what people are capable of.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be looking at the most well-liked celebrities who suddenly lost all public favour after behaving in ways that shocked and disappointed their fans.
I'm not comfortable living with the criminal.
Roseanne Barr. Through the late 1980s and early 90s, Roseanne Barr became one of America's most popular comedians thanks to her hit ABC sitcom. Fans were thrilled when the show was revived in 2018, and they tuned in en masse, delivering massive ratings for the premiere.
I don't know if we got time for the full symphony of love, but I'm sure we can knock off a few of the greatest hits.
At a time when the country was largely divided, many were united in their praise for how Barr tackled timely issues while retaining the show's original voice. However, just after the revival aired, Barr posted an insensitive tweet targeting former White House advisor Valerie Jarrett.
I'm fine. I'm worried about all the people out there who don't have a circle of friends and followers who come right to their defense. The person who's walking down a street minding their own business and they see somebody cling to their purse.
All of the warmth she had received in the preceding months suddenly turned cold. Barr was fired by the network, leading to the cancellation of Roseanne, which was then retooled into The Conners.
Harris, you hear anything?
Don't drag me into your weird mind games.
Has anybody even noticed how much better the flow is between the refrigerator and the sink?
Will Smith.
The people really look up to you. You plan on being a champ like Joe Louis?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be the people's champ. Not like Joe Louis.
Ever since he played a fictionalized version of himself on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith has risen to become one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. Audiences loved him for his charisma and exceptional acting skills, which brought him both commercial success and critical praise.
Was it as easy as it looked?
No, sir. No, sir, it wasn't.
Good luck, Chris.
After 2 prior Oscar nominations, it seemed like Smith was finally due for the award when he was nominated for King Richard. However, on the biggest night of his career, Smith slapped Chris Rock after he made a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. The act drew immediate widespread condemnation from fans and industry peers alike. Although he eventually won the Oscar, Smith received a 10-year ban from all Academy events.
Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Lance Armstrong. Winning 7 consecutive Tour de France titles is no easy feat. Doing that just after beating cancer makes you particularly superhuman. This was the image many had of cyclist Lance Armstrong, but it turned out his skills weren't so superhuman after all.
I didn't live a lot of lives, but I lived one big one. You know, it's different, I guess. Maybe it's not.
For most of his career, Armstrong was dogged by doping allegations, which he consistently denied. Those allegations were eventually proven to be true in 2012, when an investigation revealed that he not only used performance-enhancing drugs, but also helped other athletes do the same.
Yes or no? In all 7 of your Tour de France victories, did you ever take banned substances or blood dope?
Yes.
Armstrong himself admitted to doping in a January 2013 interview with Oprah Winfrey. As a result, he was stripped of his titles, lost all his sponsorships, and was banned for life from competing in the sport.
We have come too far in the fight against doping to return to our past. Cycling has a future, and something like this must never happen again.
Matt Lauer.
They came forward and filed complaints against the biggest star at the network they worked at.
For years, Matt Lauer was a staple on the NBC News, known for hosting The Today Show and covering several Olympic Games. More than just a familiar face, Lauer was regarded as a reliable news anchor with a deep understanding of global events. However, during the Me Too movement in 2017, his image underwent a dramatic shift.
We are grappling with a dilemma that so many people have faced these past few weeks. How do you reconcile your love for someone with the revelation that they have behaved badly? And I don't know the answer to that.
Lauer was accused of sexual harassment by a female colleague at NBC, which led to an investigation by the network and ultimately the termination of his contract. Other allegations of misconduct soon followed, and Lauer largely withdrew from the public eye. Practically overnight, he went from a beloved television personality to a reviled name in the industry.
Have you done some soul searching? Have you done some self-reflection? And have you looked at the way you treated women that you think now or think about differently now than you did at the time?
Steve Jobs.
A great deal of cruelty, some of it mindless, some of it you ascribe to immaturity on his part, but it's painful to read.
As the co-founder of Apple and a key figure in the PC revolution, Steve Jobs was undeniably one of the brightest minds of his generation. However, in the early 80s, his private matters became public when he denied paternity of his daughter Lisa, despite a DNA test showing a 94.1% probability of him being her parent. Jobs continued to cast doubts on the results, telling Time magazine in 1983 that 28% of the male population of the United States could be the father.
I wasn't saying you slept with 28% of American men. I was using an algorithm.
This controversial statement factored into Time magazine's decision to name the Apple Computer Machine of the Year instead of recognizing Jobs as a Person of the Year. Jobs eventually acknowledged his mistake and reconciled with Lisa before his death in 2011.
I wished that we'd had more time together, and I think he wished that too, because we did like each other, and when we spent time together and we got along, it was kind of great.
Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres built a multi-million-dollar career on being nice. She famously ended each episode of her talk show with "Be kind to one another" and supported numerous charitable endeavors. This reputation earned her the adoration of millions around the world. But in 2020, reports surfaced that behind the scenes, DeGeneres failed to uphold these values.
One makeup artist was quoted as saying that when he tried to make small talk with Ellen, she supposedly said, "Who do you think you are? Don't look at me."
Several former staff members accused her of fostering a toxic work environment, marred by racism, sexual harassment, and hostile behavior. Just like that, DeGeneres' kind image was shattered.
I don't think that I'm that good that I could come out here every day for 17 years and fool you. This is me, and my intention is to always be the best person I can be. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
She publicly apologized for the work culture and vowed to initiate changes, but the damage was already done. The show only lasted 2 more seasons before it was taken off the air.
I walked out here 19 years ago and I said that this is the start of a relationship. And today is not the end of a relationship. It's more of a little break. It's you can see other talk shows now.
Danny Masterson.
Steven, we're kicking you out.
Yay, Daddy! Red?
What? Dad, that's not fair. Not fair? I took him in. I gave him a shot. He blew it. It's his fault.
For 8 years, Danny Masterson played Stephen Hyde on the Fox sitcom That 70s Show. Audiences were drawn to the character's quick wit and sardonic point of view, and Masterson became a fan favourite for his portrayal. However, during his time on the show, Masterson committed some despicable acts that only came to light years later.
We first heard from the women who we aren't naming. They're all Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, Jane Doe 3, and their stories were pretty horrific.
In 2017, the actor made headlines after the Los Angeles Police Department opened an investigation into sexual assault allegations against him. Although he denied the allegations, Masterson was fired from the Netflix series The Ranch. He eventually faced criminal charges stemming from the accusations, and in 2023, he was convicted and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison.
Masterson watched the women without any visible reaction during their comments, one woman calling him pathetic, disturbed, and completely violent.
Chris Brown.
I know you heard about me, but guess what's going down in Wheelie?
Chris Brown made a splashing debut in the music industry, earning a #1 hit with his first single, Run It. His impressive singing and dancing skills drew comparisons to Michael Jackson, and quickly established him as a promising star. While he did achieve even greater success, Brown's reputation took a severe hit in 2009, when he physically assaulted his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. The attack was so bad that Rihanna had to be hospitalized.
This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody.
Brown subsequently pleaded guilty to felony assault, for which he received 5 years of probation and 6 months of community service. Although both artists have since gone their separate ways, the incident still casts a dark shadow over Brown's legacy, no matter how hard he tries to shake it off.
From there, I said, you know what, I'm gonna just take everything and like it come. My consequences for my actions have to be dealt with.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, of course, they're going to say I'm being disrespectful, not playing by the rules, like I ever played by anyone's rules before. I never did, and you loved it.
Before 2017, Kevin Spacey was riding high in his career. He had already won 2 Academy Awards and received widespread praise from fans and critics for his role in the Netflix series House of Cards. However, at the height of the Me Too movement, actor Anthony Rapp came forward alleging that Spacey had sexually harassed him back in 1986.
And honestly, I was just concerned that it would be something that would keep happening. So if I could do something that could make a difference, I was eager to.
Whatever favour Spacey still had with the public was completely lost when he decided to come out in subsequent public statement addressing the allegations. Fans abandoned him, colleagues condemned him, and Netflix severed all ties with him. Since then, Spacey has retreated from the spotlight, but in 2022, a jury found him not liable for Rapp's claims.
This is the first time that he's actually been on trial for a sexual misconduct allegation, although there have been as many as a dozen or so people who have accused him of doing something wrong.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs was once a giant in hip-hop music. In 1993, he founded Bad Boy Records, which launched the careers of artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Janelle Monáe. He also signed singer Cassie, with whom he began a long-term relationship in 2007.
What am I feeling? It's getting stronger, and I can't hold it back for much longer.
Publicly, they seemed like a loving couple, but it appears behind the scenes, Combs subjected Cassie to domestic violence. This came to light in November 2023 when Cassie filed a lawsuit against Combs, alleging repeated incidents of physical and sexual assaults.
Cassie describing the music mogul as a vicious, cruel, and controlling man, saying she was trapped and held down by Combs. She's now suing him for what she says happened during what she's calling a cycle of abuse, spelling out incident after incident.
Although he quickly settled the case, Combs initially denied the allegations. In May 2024, however, he owned up to them after surveillance footage emerged of him physically attacking Cassie.
I felt sick, and I felt violently angry, and I felt like I'm sure a lot of men and women feel looking at that video that it's so disturbing that the video doesn't lie.
Has any of your favourite celebs done something that made you lose all admiration for them? Let us know in the comments below.
When people say it, I don't get mad at them. I'm more mad at myself because I feel like I am the reflection of what they're saying.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.